Hey Creekside, I'm Dustin Owens.
And I'm Chris Edwards, and this week on Knightline,
we take a look at a childhood game brought back.
We learn more about the girls' weightlifting team.
And we see how a Creekside student takes his talent to the next level. And the first Knightline of 2017 starts now.
Some students at Creekside are very athletic.
Here's a look at some extreme Creekside athletes.
You made it now. You made it now. You in the big leagues now. They watching you now. This is where you make it permanent. See, I saw it. Perfect. No, practice don't make it perfect. Practice make it permanent. This is permanent, y'all. This is permanent. You can go wherever you want.
You know, Foursquare means to me like just the world. It's just such a game. It's a passion of mine.
You know, Foursquare, it's the most important part of my day, you know, because it's just a nice relief and stress exhale from the stresses of school.
What motivates me to go into class with a good attitude, go about life with a good attitude, it's just everything.
Yeah, baby! What the trap? Oh!
You know, yeah, I'm thinking about declining my offer for baseball because, you know, just Foursquare, it just means so much to me.
I've been known as the Joey Gatewood of Foursquare. So, I mean, D1 schools, everyone, even the pros, they're kind of like, Nick Tripp, we want him. They want me.
JUCO, then I'm gonna get like drafted like after my 2 years, JUCO college, you know. Then I'm gonna make millions of dollars.
I'm hoping to get drafted, hopefully in the first 3 rounds, you know, because you get a pretty fat signing bonus out of that.
I might go to ITT Tech or something for Foursquare, but I'm thinking more like, what do I do after that? I mean, I don't even know there was pro Foursquare, so I got to do something.
Get out of here! Oh, we would have gone.
My true love that I will always cherish.
Flag football is very popular among some Creekside students.
Here is Jake with the story.
There are tons of Creekside athletes that love playing flag football.
Man, I love pulling some flags, you know, just gripping and ripping it, man. It's just an amazing game, an amazing sport with some amazing friends. You know, it's something great to do on Saturday mornings.
I just like the team bonding and the overall attitude of players on the flag football team. Like, we all just get out there, we're looking to have a good time, but...
Oh, celebrations. I love celebrating.
There are various reasons as to why these athletes play flag football.
A couple of my buds playing flag football, and it's pretty fun.
You know, people are just like, you're so amazing and like talented, like godlike. I was like, you know, I'll play some flag football.
You know, my dad signed me up, and he just knew it was going to be my sport. I was going to make it big someday, and it's just been my destiny ever since. The reason why I'd have to play flag football, it has to be for the fans, especially the girls. Shout out to my mom, you know.
One thing all flag football players have in common are their awesome names.
So now I'm just thick, and you know, I've really embraced that this year.
The name on the back of my jersey is Muscle Man because I had an input from Justin Martinez.
Oh, name on my jersey, obviously, World Destroyer, Destroyer of Worlds. Force.
There's a scoop on flag football. This is Jay Creasy reporting for KNN.
Girls weightlifting started back up again earlier this year.
Here's Alyssa Pucci with the story.
The girls' weightlifting team started up this year again in September. With the new coach, the girls are excited for this season.
I came to Creekside because I'm originally from St. Augustine, so the idea of coming back home and working with the high school athlete was exciting to me.
Our new coach is really pushing us to our limits. He's going to be really good for us and we're going to get our weights up. So I saw Gumbel one day walking in the hallway, and I asked him who he was because I knew we had a new coach for basketball to condition us, and so I asked him who he was, and we started talking, and he told me I should join weightlifting, and I was like, nah. And then later on, my basketball coach told me I totally should, and then Gumbel was like, yeah, do it, and then me and Gumbel just kind of formed a bond.
The girls on the team joined girls weightlifting for many different reasons.
Freshman year, my best friend Delaney Willingham forced me. She did not give me a choice, so I did it.
I joined girls weightlifting my freshman year because it was conditioning for softball, and everybody else was on the softball team was doing it, so I joined too.
My freshman year, I decided not to play basketball, and I knew that Coach Bowers was going to be coaching, so I figured why not do something in the off season, and then I've stuck with it since.
Coach Gumbel and the athletes are looking forward to various things this season.
I want to hit new PRs and bond more with my teammates.
I'm most excited about getting my weights up. I know I can definitely do more than I did last year, getting a lot stronger.
I'm excited because we're really trying to qualify for districts and hopefully regionals.
I'm excited about getting my maxes up and, lifting more weights, getting stronger.
Girls weightlifting is a growing sport here at Creekside and throughout the country. Good luck to the girls as they finish their season. This is Alyssa Pucci reporting for KNN.
Sean O'Neill has taken his Photoshop skills to Snapchat.
Here's this week's edition of Knight's Life.
A geofilter is just a little piece of art on Snapchat that's around different locations or areas that just kind of shows off. It's a little tag. It shows you where you are. I just did a little bit of research one day online looking at geofilters. I thought they were pretty cool looking, and I found out that Snapchat is not the one who makes it. It's actually people, and they submit it to Snapchat. The steps of getting one approved is you have to have an idea, and you have to make it first, of course, and then you just upload it to Snapchat. There's a whole submitting process on their website that you have to go through, where you map out the area that you want it to be, and you have to give a little brief description of why it should be approved and what it means to that area. And you submit it, and a few weeks later they'll either reject it or approve it. I've probably made about 10 or more geofilters. My first geofilter was, it said Night Nation on it. It was pretty lame, to be honest, but I just one day I sat down and I just made 5 in a minute or whatever, just to submit it and see what it was all about, and it ended up getting approved, and that's what started it all. So there's different types of geofilters. There's a main kind of staple geofilter, and that'll stay with an area. I made the Creekside ones, Alpine Groves filters, so on, and those will be there forever until I guess Snapchat decides to take them down. And then there's also event geofilters, like for prom or for Miss Creekside last year. I made those filters, and those are just filters for whatever time frame that you set them to run for. It's just become a hobby because it's just a creative outlet for me to just mess around on the weekends or any downtime that I have. I could just do whatever and express my artist skills that I have. I'll probably make geofilters until I just get bored of it and don't feel like doing it anymore. I mean, it's just a hobby. Just do it on my free time whenever I feel like it.
Many people don't know what quiche is or how to spell it.
Amanda and Camille went around asking students how to spell this word.
How do you spell quiche?
Q-U-I-S-H-E.
Q-U-I-E-C-H?
No.
Ah, that sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah, close.
Close. I had it.
Q-U-E-E-S-H.
Wrong. K-E-I-S-H.
Wrong.
Quiche? I don't know. I'm a math teacher. I don't need to know that stuff.
K-E-I-S-H-E?
No.
E-E-S-H?
No.
C-E-I-S-H-E?
No.
Q-U-I-E-S-H?
It sounds like a K, but I feel like it's a Q. K-E-E-S-H.
No.
I'm going to spell it in my native language, okay?
Okay.
Q-U-I. S. Cold.
That was wrong. QUEE.
K. Nope. Q. Keep. I don't know. I just like turkey.
Is it a C? No.
QUICH. K. U. Just tell me. C. QUICHC.
First letter is qua. Second letter is I. Third letter is sh. Quiche.
QUICHE.
Thanks to the election on December 19th conducted by the Electoral College, Donald Trump will become our president this month.
The Electoral College can be a little confusing. Here's more on the topic.
The Electoral College, there was two reasons it was set up. First one was our founding fathers wanted to avoid mob rules. Second reason it was set up is because our founding fathers, there were smaller states with less populated, like the southern states, and the northern states had most of the population. If we used, just say we use popular vote as our way to pick our president, they wouldn't go to the smaller states. If you look at the present day presidential election, places like New Hampshire wouldn't have been important.
What the Electoral College does allow for sometimes, and we saw it with this past election where Hillary Rodham Clinton got more popular votes than Donald Trump, who actually won the Electoral College vote and thus the presidency. It has to do with the weight of one's vote.
The electors that make up the Electoral College was 538 total, and that's determined by the representation of a state. So for example, Florida has 29 electoral votes because it has 27 representatives in the House, and we have 2 senators. So 27 and 2 makes 29. All of the states, it's a winner-take-all, with the exception of Nebraska and Maine, which means, like take for example, Florida. If Trump won the popular vote in Florida, then Trump would receive all 29 of those electoral votes. So it's almost as if then Clinton received no representation, no support from Florida.
Each person's running for president has to kind of play a numbers game. So if you look at Donald Trump's case, he realized to become president, he had to pick off some of the states that normally go Democrat, which is Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. So, and then he had to pick up the regular Republican states. It makes every state, every point count to become president.
This will probably never change. So let me give you 2 statistics. Jacksonville, Florida, the closest big city to us, has over 1 million people. The state of North Dakota has 860,000 people. North Dakota's electoral college worth is 3 for 2 senators, 1 member of the House of Representatives. These 3 electoral college votes going into that 270 carry more weight than the entire 860-something thousand people that live in North Dakota. To amend the Constitution, that amendment must be ratified by 2/3 of the states. So to ratify a constitutional amendment to do away with the Electoral College would weaken the voice of North Dakota in the presidential election. No one would pay attention to them. What we would have is candidates, both Republican and Democrat, flying from one coast to another, paying attention to nothing in the middle.
So it's a big numbers game. So they have to worry about the small states, and then they also have to go after the big states too to become president of the United States. I think it's a good method. I think popular vote just doesn't work.
I think this system is with us to stay, at least in my lifetime.
Attention all junior girls. Are you looking for some extra cash and lifelong experiences? If so, come to the informational meeting this Friday at 8:30 a.m. in the auditorium. This meeting is about the Citibank's Women in IT paid high school internship to get girls interested in getting involved with different technology positions. All female high school students 16 years or older as of June 1st are eligible to come and pursue a career in the field of IT. This internship takes place in the week of the June 12th through the 16th and looks great on our resume for college. The girls of the previous internships will hold the informational meeting on the 13th. Don't miss this opportunity.
The basketball team is off to a hot start and has some big goals for the season.
Here's Nick Jerdak with the story.
After a hot start, the boys basketball team has high hopes for this season.
I kind of have two goals for the team this year. I think we can have another 20-plus win season. And also our goal is to make it to states.
I'm expecting that we make it back to where we made it last year, make it to the regional finals. And then this year, my main goal is just make sure that we can make it, past that. That way, we're improving.
This year we're looking to win districts and hopefully make it to the Final Four at states.
The team has been working hard to prepare for this upcoming season.
Last year we had a lot of good individual players, but this year we're more of a team we became more of a team through all of our workouts in the off season and stuff like that.
I would say the big difference, from last year, I just think that there's been a lot more bonding, between the players as a whole. I think last year we kind of got into, grouping and stuff like that on the team, and I think this year kind of everybody's just staying in the one pack, and so everybody's been able to, work together and push one another, and not, have any worries about, who they're talking to or anything like that, and we've just been able to, be one big family, and that's what, we mostly put together this off season.
And so I really feel like the new additions will add something to our team that will make us the same as last year, or if not better.
Make sure you come out and support Creekside basketball this year. This is Nick Jerdak reporting for KNN.
That's Knightline for today.
So, Chris, what's your New Year's resolution this year?
I think I'm going to just put in more work, and I think I'm going to get that money, just stack up my money a little bit.
And what if that doesn't happen?
Then that's going to suck.
All right. Well, there you have it.